Here we're going to put a starter on a 2011 Kia Sorento 4-cylinder all-wheel drive. Take the ground cable off. Take the air filter intake tube loose, just the clamp on either end, and just pull it up out of there. Don't take the throttle body off, and you don't have to take the oil filter and cooler assembly off. But there is a bracket that goes between the block and the intake manifold. It's a support bracket. You have to take it off so you can get to the fasteners on the starter for the cable, and probably to have room to slide the starter out. But I used a long ratchet down here to take the 2 starter bolts loose, 14mm head. Take those bolts loose and then go down underneath. Underneath, you can see I did not take the oil filter and cooler assembly off, but that bracket, there's the bracket. It's got 4 bolts, 2 on the bottom and 2 on the top, and then there's a wire loom that's I couldn't get loose. It broke. Oh well. Right up over the top of the oil filter housing, you can see in the intake manifold there's the 2 inserts where the bolts thread into that, and then right above the oil cooler are the other 2 bolts that go into the block. I was able to get the battery cable disconnected with the starter still installed, but I couldn't get the ignition wire loose. I couldn't figure out how it came off. So after I got the starter bolts out, I slid the starter down and pulled the head right here, and there's the connector. You have to squeeze in on the top to pull it out. And then I laid the starter up here and went back up to the top and pulled the starter out. Here's the new starter. We'll slide it right back out in there between the fan and the throttle body, carefully so we don't do any damage. Get it down there, lay it down, and go back underneath.